Today is December 21st, 2012, 2:27 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, I actually have time in the middle of the day to do a little vloggy vlog, so I'm keeping y'all abreast of what's going on. I apologize if my voice sounds like shit. My new roommate gave me just the gift that keeps on giving. I have a sore throat. Yes, I'm retarded. I'm going to smoke a cigarette while I have a sore throat. And just to prove that, I know it looks like I'm wearing the same thing every day, I'm wearing a different shirt. I don't know, it's like I looked at myself and I'm like, I have so many videos of me actually wearing this hoodie. It looks like I don't change my clothes. It's kind of gross. But okay, just to make it distinctive, my sleeveys will show. Sounds like I'm in a good mood. I'm not. I'm really pissed. Every day that goes by, something fucking happens around here, and it just makes me even more pissed off. Supposedly, the only thing that's keeping me in good humor is the fact that today was supposed to be the end of the world. Whoop-de-fucking-do. I knew that if it was going to be the end of the world and the rapture was going to happen, I was going to be one of the sinners left behind. I'm not stupid. So, I was just like, business as usual. No, I do have some serious news to inform all of you wonderful people. If you haven't seen it yet on my Facebooks, my father has been admitted into hospice. I had gotten a call right after I walked outside to call Chuck to tell him to come pick me up from area temps, and it was the chaplain of the hospice department of Life Care Center. And Life Care Center is the nursing home my dad's currently at. And after, I talked to him for a little while and told, he was just calling just to get some information about my dad, what was he like, what's his religious beliefs, stuff like that, so that way, he knows how to talk to him and things to say, not to say, and stuff like that. So, I told him a couple of funny anecdotes about my dad and stuff, and he's like, oh, your dad sounds like such an awesome guy. He's like, I only spoke to him for a couple of minutes yesterday. He's like, but he's a very quiet and thoughtful old man. And I said, yeah, he is. And I said, he's very intelligent, and I was like, he thinks very carefully before he says anything. And I was like, over the years, he's mellowed out a lot. I was like, but he used to be, he used to get fired up every now and then, especially if, he had to defend his family. I said he was a Papa Bear, and we just kind of went back and forth talking and everything. And finally I just said, look, I have to ask this. And he's like, sure, dear, what is it? And I said, you calling me, asking me about my father, wanting, just random information so you can talk to him. Does this mean he's been qualified into hospice? And he's like, yes, dear, it is. I thought you knew. I'm like, no, I was just told the day before that he was getting evaluated for hospice. And he's like, oh, well, no, he qualified today. Okay. I mean, and he's just like, I'm so sorry, dear, that I had to tell you. I said, no, I'd rather be told. I was like, I'm one of those, I don't like people walking on eggshells around me. If you got something to say, say it. If you don't have anything to say, then don't try to say something. I was like, I'm just that kind of person. I was like, over the years, when I was little, yeah, I started to suspect that people were patronizing me, but I was like, okay, I'm just a kid, I have to deal with this. But as soon as I became an adult, it was like, no, don't sugarcoat stuff, don't try to sit there and pat me on the head and go, there, honey. No, I don't respond well to that. I've actually tried to flee whenever people try to placate me. And he was just like, I'm really sorry, you know. He was like, I'm not trying to placate you. And I was just like, oh no, you're fine. And he's like, but yes, we're going to do our best to help you and your father through this time. And that almost made me cry. And it's almost making me cry again just thinking about it, because it's like some stranger, I mean, I know that's his job, you know, to comfort the dying patient and to comfort the family that has to deal with the effects of losing a loved one. You know, but he actually sounded like he cared. And that was nice, you know. And I know a lot of you have already contacted me in one way or another and have given me your support, and I really appreciate that. I wish I could express how much I appreciate it, but I'm not good at wording things right now. I'm trying to write like an essay type thing about my dad's life and everything. And I keep getting stuck on the words. I mean, like if I start writing facts, I can write those all down, but when it comes down to actual feelings, wow, you know. But I'm just torn because my father is 88 years old. He's gone through the Great Depression, World War I, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam, and then all the recent ones, you know, Desert Storm, and Desert Shield, and Desert Party Mix #2, or whatever the fuck they want to call it, you know. You know, you know, he had some really interesting adventures in his life, you know, just like I have. You know, I ask him about the 60s and he refuses to respond, so I don't know. I don't know if my dad, you know, indulged in smoking marijuana or partying or anything like that. I don't think he did, though. I think he was he was kind of like, okay, think about this, okay, Forrest Gump, he wasn't retarded, okay, supposedly he was. Book smarts kind of eluded him, but common sense and treating people right and being a good man, he excelled at that, so that made him a genius. That, and he thought about things a lot, you know. My dad is kind of like Forrest Gump, okay. He's very, very intelligent. He taught himself how to read and write, and he used the King James Bible, King James version of the Bible, in order to do that. And he actually understands the King James Bible. I tried to read to him from one of the other translations once to try to trick him, and he's like, I don't understand that. He's like, that's not the Bible. And he held up his Bible, and he's like, this is my Bible. So, I mean, he's a God-fearing man, but he tries to love everybody like God loves everybody. You know, and it's really hard to put into words how much my dad has impacted my life. And I know that there's so many people that say the same thing about their fathers, and it's, you know, it's going to be true and heartfelt for them as well, but my dad tried so hard to be a father. He wanted to be a father. You know, him and my mother tried for 5 years to have a baby, and then they finally did. And so I was a wanted child. I was a desperately wanted child. And 3 months before I was even going to be born, the state wanted to take me away. And my parents fought it. And, I mean, yeah, that's a boost to my self-esteem, but it also is a credit to my father. Because even though my mother was sick, you know, dying of cancer, it had come back when I was, I think, 2 or 3 years old. You know, she would get flare-ups. And finally she just stopped going to the hospital, you know. And so the cancer was starting to eat away at her, and not only that, but she had schizophrenia, so her mind wasn't all there. he basically raised me himself. I didn't have that much of an emotional attachment to my mother. I knew she loved me. You know, in my head, I knew she loved me, you know, and she would comfort me whenever she could, but it was in a very detached way. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that I wish I could do more for my father and take care of him myself in the way that he took care of me, and tried very hard to take care of me even when the state would intervene and send me away to different group homes and stuff. So I might do a vlog on his life. I haven't decided yet. So, or just publish the essay and get done with it. I don't know. But for now, if you guys could just, you know, whether you pray or send positive energy, you know, whatever your belief system is, if you could just, you know, send a thought of love to my dad, because he needs it. And to my babies, because they don't quite understand. I mean, they understand. My daughter doesn't quite understand. My son does. So, that's pretty much it. So, love you all. Peace and love. From Nettie, the Yippie Chick.